Today we're going to do a quick install on some strange 10-way adjustable shocks on my Fox. Pretty simple for those of you who don't know how to do it. One bolt right here. Open your trunk. Pull out your panel. Then there's going to be a couple nuts up here. Support your rear axle. I should probably also mention, I just remembered this, the bolts and nut sizes that hold the shocks in are going to be different than what mine are. That's why I didn't mention what sizes these are. This is from what I believe an OEM nut, but the bolt is not. I believe, no. 18. It's an 18 nut and a 19 bolt, but odds are it's going to be different because 30-year-old cars, they've gotten changed by now. Parts have been changed, hardware's been changed, so even this isn't original. The nut is, but the bolt is not, so everything's gonna be different. Like the top nuts that hold the shock in up here, those are 9/16. It's just something to keep in mind while doing this. I can't tell you what bolts, what you're gonna need, what wrenches you're gonna need. That's gonna be something you're gonna have to figure out because each vehicle is different. And each vehicle's been touched, played with, people swapped hardware. So I don't know what you're gonna have that's different between my car and your car. Okay, for shock adjustments, here's the sheet that Strange gives you. And we can see because we're doing rears. So, street is 4 to 5 clicks. Drag racing, they say, is 5. I usually go softer on it, but that's what they say. Road racing, 7 to 8. Again, also depends on what springs you have. If you have soft springs like these are drag racing springs, and you want to do some more handling kind of stuff, even though the springs aren't really meant for it, you could probably stiffen it up to like 9 or 10, and it'll probably handle similar. Again, it's not perfect, but it will stiffen the car up if you crank it to 10 and you have softer rear springs. So another little tip slash trick, if your shock is spinning, just grab a pair of ice grips, grab onto the top of it, or you can use a wrench. I think it's like a 1/4 inch or something like that, and a ratcheting wrench. And then it's a lot easier to get off, especially if it's spinning. A couple things to note, especially with adjustable shocks. Make sure they're set at 0, or the lowest setting you have on yours. And these are 10 ways, so at about 5 clicks to 7 is about your street car driving. At about 8 to 10 is gonna be more like autocross setup, so like heavy handling, like autocross, like handling road course stuff. Your first like 3 to 5 clicks is also gonna be more drag racing, so a little bit softer. Will plant the rear and help you weight transfer better. On top of that, another good note to make, always lubricate. Put anti-seize on it, because when you go to change them next time, the hardware will come out easier. You may have to bolt check it once in a while, especially if you drive your vehicle. So bolt check your vehicle once a year. Make sure everything's tight, make sure nothing's come loose. Also something to note, The hatchbacks have different rear interiors to get to the strut tower, or the shock bolts I should say, and they're a lot easier to access in the hatch. There's like a little plastic cover thing that goes over top, and you can just take the cover off with like a screwdriver, and then you have access to the top of it. Coupes, depending if you still have your interior or your interior panels, you have to remove this, move the carpet around, move some stuff around. Should have probably mentioned that, but slipped my mind. I just kind of got into it and got working. I've got this side on now too. I have it set right now at 2 clicks on both shocks. I might do 3 on that one and leave 2 on that one, just for the reason of the way how the car weight transfers. It's going to push this side down harder than the other side. It's actually going to try and pick this side up. So you want to stiffen this side, and you kind of want to loosen that side, but you want to loosen that side and then stiffen this one so it kind of balances out. So it's not like it's trying to lift this side up and then this side stays down. So you want to like get the car to level out as quick as possible. That way you don't have the car steer you, or the back tires basically steer you. So if it pushes this tire down too far, it's going to steer your car into the wall. You want it to leave as straight as possible, so if it picks the front tires off the ground, it goes straight and it doesn't turn on you, so you can at least ride out. If you get it to wheelie, you ride out the wheelie and you don't have to let out, lift, and then drop the car down and then get back on the gas, because you could risk spinning at that point because you've unhooked it. Something to note, shock adjustments are really up to you and what you find when you're at your track. If you drag race it, or if you drive it on the street, or if you autocross it, that's kind of up to how you drive and what you feel is best. But that's at least my recommendation, because it's always going to plant the right rear tire, and it's always going to try lifting the left rear, just because the way the engine spins. So it's usually, some people have helper bags in their spring down there. I don't, so I just run stiffer shock settings on this side and then softer ones on this side. But I hope this helps some of you. It's pretty basic stuff, but maybe it helps someone.